In day 2, we are going to go ahead and start graphing linear equations. In example 1, we want to graph the function f of x equals 2x minus 4. Remember that f of x and y are the same things. If you want to rewrite it, you can. This just says y equals 2x minus 4. And what I want to do is I want to get some points that I can plot on my graph. The fastest way to get your points, if you have a graphing calculator, is to use your table of values. So let's go ahead and turn our calculator on. Let's go to our y equals, and if there's anything there, let's get rid of it. And let's type in the function we have, which is 2x minus 4. So I'm going to type in 2, remembering that the x that I'm going to use is this one right here next to the alpha key, x, and then minus 4. Then I'm going to go up to my table of values right here, so hit second and graph. And I'm going to scroll through to find some points to put in my table. Now, one thing that you have to be aware of is what your graph looks like. My graph goes from negative 10 to positive 10 on my x-axis, and from negative 10 to positive 10 on my y-axis. The points that I choose to put in my table need to be able to fit on this graph. So for instance, if I scroll down and look at the point 8, 12, 8, 12 will not fit on my graph. If I go to try to graph the point 8, 12, it's off of my graph, it's somewhere up here. That's not a good choice to put in your table. We only want to pick good choices that will fit on our actual graph. So as I scroll around, I can look for some good choices. So I have the point 0, negative 4, so I'm going to use that point. X is 0, y is negative 4. I can use the point 1, negative 2. I can use the point 2, 0, 3, 2, and 4, 4 is another good choice. All of those points will fit on my graph. Once you have those points on your graph, then you're going to go ahead and plot the points. My first point I have is the point 0, negative 4. So I come here, I'm going nowhere on my x's and negative 4 on my y's, so I'm right there. 1, negative 2 will bring me right here. 2, 0 is right here. 3, 2 is right here. And 4, 4 is right here. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a straight edge. So you want something that is straight. An ID works great. And you're going to draw the straightest line you can. Now, I don't have a ruler for my iPad that I'm making this video on, so my line's not going to be as straight as I would want it to, but I expect your lines to be very straight. And you're going to make your line go all the way through your graph. If you want to check your line, make sure that it's going the right direction, how it looks on here that you plotted your points correctly. If you go on your graphing calculator to the actual graph button and click graph, you can see your line matches up. So here's my line here going in the same direction as it is right here. What I'd like you to do now is to try this. So we're going to move, we'll move this out of the way, move this up. So I want you to take a look at the try this. Pause it, unpause it when you're ready to check your answer. If you did the try this correctly, some possible points for your table could be 0, 4, 1, 1, 2, negative 2, 3, negative 5, 4, negative 8. Now remember, these are just possibilities. You could have something different than I have on here, as long as they fit on your graph. But your line should look the same. So I have the point 0, 4, 1, 1, 2, negative 2, 3, negative 5, and 4, negative 8. And remember, your line should be as straight as you can get it. Mine's not going to be as straight as I want, but you should be using a straight edge. Again, an ID works great. If you have any questions, please let me know.